Doing? Hey. Hello, what's up? It is I, Dr. Stevie Aisha Mills, super excited to have you here with us. Yay! So, wherever you are, please do take a moment to share out, whether you are on Clubhouse, whether you are on YouTube, or whether you are on Facebook. We are glad to see you today. This is 15 Minutes to Six Figures, and I am Dr. Stevie Aisha Mills. And in this space, we give you one key strategy that is going to help you to move the mark to the six-figure mark. Okay, listen. I've been blessed to make over $200,000 in less than 2 years in the midst of the pandemic. And it is my job to make sure that more people do, because there's a stat that says less than 11% of all businesses will ever make six figures. And if you are an African American woman, traditionally we make around $24,000 per year in our businesses, according to the stats. So, I want to make sure that you are equipped with the tools to succeed, to rock your it factor, and love your life. I am going to be talking to you all today about something that I think is very key. And what I think is key for you today is to definitely understand that you have to be able to really clearly, distinctively say what it is that you will and won't do, right? In your life and in your business. Being a decision maker is very important, because there are times where you have to show up, show out, and show that you are the one who is going to be taking your life and business to the next level. You have to be in charge of what it is that you're doing. And so, as we look at this thing called business and we look at this thing called six figures, we have to look at your schedule. What does your schedule say? What do you even have a scheduling app? Prayerfully, everybody has a scheduling app. But do you have a scheduling app like Calendly, Acuity? One of these apps that are going to help you really stay inside of what it is that God has called you to do. If you're not scheduling your time in a correct way, then you are wasting time because you don't understand what it is. So I want to make sure that you are not wasting time. Another thing, that when it comes to really getting clear and distinctive and decisive in what you're doing, I want to make sure that you are truly producing the work that you want to produce. I want to make sure you're clearly producing the work that you want to produce. Why? Because if you're doing what you love and loving what you do, then it's going to make more sense for you. In fact, if you are on purpose with a purpose, then you're going to be able to take it to where you desire it for it to be. You're going to be able to take what you need to do and make it feel like something that is going to be around the clock for you. What does that mean? It means that you are going to be committed, because a lot of times when we're not committed to what it is that we're doing, we are in and out of it. We are in and out of what we're supposed to be doing. We are not showing up in the way that we need to show up. We are haphazardly doing things. But if we are committed to the process of what it is that we're doing, then we're able to clearly say that this is why we're on the path. We are able to define our why. They say that you should have a why that makes you cry. And in that, if that's what you're doing, then you're able to really take what it is that you have put down for your life purpose to be and catapult that, because there are going to be days when you're not going to want to do it. There are going to be days when you're not going to even want to take a second look at that book that you're writing, or take a second look at that podcast that you're starting. There are going to be days when you don't want to do that. So in order for you to really show up and shine, you've got to have a why defined. Another thing that I'll tell you, and this is all in the key strategy of being decisive. This is all in the key strategy of being decisive. So that's today's key. But when it comes to you and what you desire to do and how you desire to do it, then you have to understand that everything is not for everyone. So even if you're looking at somebody else's business, because there are more than one person, there are more than one people, right? Person. who do what you do. There are multiple people, that's right, who do what you do. Why? Because it is not something that is so unique. Even people who do what I do, right? We have to look at it. I am an author, speaker, coach, consultant, all kinds of different things. I have a lot of different talents, but there are other people, even in the space today, who are authors, speakers, coaches. But the way in which I do it and the way in which they do it is completely different. And that's what you have to understand, that you have to be in a space and place to market the things that you do differently, because if not, then we're not going to know who to go to or why to go to them. For me, yes, there are other people who teach what I do. There are other visibility experts. However, what it is that I do is so keenly different because I come from a PR background. I'm going to know how to get you on the news, but also how to leverage that same visibility and to create an online business. Because when you get seen, you do get paid. People who enjoy what you do are going to pay you. And I'm going to actually give you all a free gift. It is when it's all about increasing your visibility, credibility, and cash online. I want to drop this free gift here before I forget. But it is a video that you can go to. It is workwithstevie.com, and you're able to really take it to the next level and see how to increase your visibility, credibility, and cash online. Because what I know for sure is that everybody is not maximizing their online business, right? If you have a business in 2022, honey, you have to be doing some parts of online business. I told you the money I made, it all was made online in the midst of the pandemic. So therefore, if you're somebody who is still having a brick and mortar, because shouts out to the brick and mortar owners, or if you're a stylist or makeup artist or somebody who does business primarily offline, then you still need to have online components to what it is that you do, because everybody is not going off online yet, right? And everybody is not ready to go to the different things that you have. For example, I went to an event this weekend. I spoke at an event this weekend. And one of the things that they said is that everybody is not ready to come outside yet. So we are still in the midst of coronavirus, and everybody is not outside. We might think they're outside, but listen, everybody is not outside. Some of you may not be outside yet. You may not be wanting to go out. So does that mean that your money has to stop? No, it means that you have to be equipped with the tools to succeed so that you can run an online business. It's very important to learn how to use your knowledge and expertise to make money online. Because if you're not utilizing some sort of online component, and if you've not made six figures online yet, then you're not using it to the full capacity of what it is. And so I want to make sure that as an author, speaker, coach, consultant, whatever it is that you're doing, that you are maximizing this so that you can use your knowledge and expertise in a way that's going to make things different, right? So no matter what, that's why I don't have one type of person I work with, because as long as you have some knowledge and as long as you are an expert, or see yourself as an expert, which takes some time to work into, because that's a different thing on personal development. But as long as you do what it is that you do and you're decisive in that, I work with decision makers for sure, because if you don't know what you do, it's hard for me to pinpoint that and make money online for you, right? But if you are decisive in what it is that you bring to the table, then I'm able to help you in a greater way, because all I have to do is help you monetize. So definitely when it comes to being decisive, you want to look at your business and you want to say, how can I be decisive in what it is that I'm doing? How can I show up as an expert in what I am doing? And how can I stand out from the crowded marketplace and make more money? That is literally what I specialize in, helping people to stand out from the crowded marketplace and make more money. Because the truth of the matter is, if you don't know how to rock your it factor to the fullest, then honey, you're going to be lost in the sauce, because there are people who do what you do. Nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. So if you're a coach, okay, well, so I could throw a rock outside and hit a coach. That's how amazingly saturated the coaching industry is. But there's only one you. And so, if you look at it from that standpoint and you market who you are holistically, then you're going to be able to take it to the next level. Now, I do know that there are certain things that are already inside of you because I already know how God has built us. But if you don't know how to even get to those things and market them, then you're going to be in the sea of sameness and the meadows of mediocrity. So, this decisiveness that we talked about today, looking at what it is that you desire to do, looking at the six figures you desire to make, because this room is all about how to help you in the journey of making six figures. You have to make a concrete decision. There are some things that you have to take out of your business. There are some things you might have to put in your business. There are some things you have to do differently. But as somebody who is really looking at that and saying, okay, what can I do with the time that I have? How can I make these things look different, be different? How can I stand out? How can I be known as the expert? Then you're going to have to make a decision to say, I'm standing up tall as the expert that I am. Because point blank, period. Listen, I know without a shadow of a doubt, I'm talking about me now because I'm showing you guys something. I know without a shadow of a doubt that there's nobody who has been able to help Christian women entrepreneurs in the way that I have make six figures online, make an impact online, make things happen online. I have been told by multiple people that I've helped them make more money than they ever have in their life working with me in a short period of time. Why? Because I know how to make it happen. I've spent over 20 something years in public relations. So I'm coupling that with my knowledge and expertise of online business, which I've ran my business online for over 13, well, about to be 13 years in October now. So if you're somebody who is not decisive in being able to say that you stand firmly in what it is that you're bringing to the table, you know that you could stand in front of people and say that you're the best, then you definitely need to go to that link for sure, because you have to increase your visibility and credibility and cash in this season. We are only in the second quarter of 2022, which means there is time. The first time I ever hit six figures, listen, the first quarter of that year, I had only made $4,000 in 3 months, that first quarter. In the second, third, and fourth quarter, that's when my money was made. So even if you're somebody who's not taking this business thing by serious nature and you're ready to turn up the heat, then it's time to turn up the heat. What's the excuse? There's no excuse. I myself, some of you all know, I'm in the midst of dealing with grief right now, but I'm still showing up. Why? Because I know that there's somebody who needs to hear my voice. I understand that there are people who need to know where I am coming from. There are people who even need to hear me talk about my grief journey and pressing through and lifting myself through and praying with God through it. You know, there are certain things that have to happen in order for you to be seen and heard. And despite it all, you have to take rest if you must, but never stop. Rest if you must, but never stop. So as we look at this decisiveness, we've got to look at what it is that we've been called and cultivated to do. We've got to look at what it is, how we're standing up inside of the greatness who we are. We have got to look at this thing called entrepreneurship and really press the easy button on it, because it's not as hard as we make it. So that really is going to wrap up our 15 minutes. What happens now is that Clubhouse is our after party. Yay for Clubhouse. It's our after party. So what you can do, if you are on YouTube or Facebook, you all can come join us on Clubhouse. Clubhouse, please do prepare to raise your hand if you have a question or comment, have anything to say in the space. We want to make sure that we are hearing you. So please do raise your hand. But Facebook and YouTube, listen, make it a great day. Don't have a great day. Make it a great day. Why? Because you. And yes, you too have the power to do so. Clubhouse, again, I will stay on with you a few more moments so that we could get any questions or comments you have. Cassandra said in the room chat, shouts out to the